She looked at me and said, "If you can't handle me spending weekends with my ex, maybe we're not right for each other." I just looked back at her. "You're spot on." Then I accepted the job transfer to Singapore I'd been turning down for her. A little later, she texted, "What's your weekend like?" I sent her a selfie from the airport. I'm 31. My now ex, Zoe, is 29. We had been together for 3 years, living together for 1. And things were solid. Or so I thought. Until her ex, Ethan, moved back to town 6 months ago. Suddenly, she had poetry club every Saturday. Except poetry club was just her and Ethan. At his place. Reconnecting as friends. When I told her I was uneasy about it, she hit me with the classic lines. "He's just a friend now. We dated for like 2 months 5 years ago. You're being paranoid." Fine. I tried to be the supportive boyfriend. But then poetry club turned into Saturday and Sunday coffee dates. Then Friday game nights got added to the schedule. The excuse? Ethan was struggling with his mom's illness. The breaking point came 3 weeks ago. I'd been offered a huge promotion to lead our company's Singapore office. A $140,000 salary, full relocation, and a 2-bedroom apartment covered for a year. It was a dream gig, but I had already declined it. Twice. I turned it down because Zoe couldn't bear the thought of leaving her family. That Saturday, she was getting ready for poetry club again. Hairstyled. A new skirt I'd never seen. Perfume she never wore for our dinners out. I tried one last time. "Are you sure you don't want to skip today? We could try that new ramen spot." She just sighed. "God, Alex, we've been over this. Ethan's just a friend." And then she dropped the bomb. "If you can't trust me spending weekends with my ex, maybe we're not right for each other." I stared at her for a long moment. Then I said, "You're spot on." Her face went through about a dozen emotions. Confusion. Shock. Anger. "Alex, I didn't mean dash." "No." I cut her off. "You're right. This isn't working." I walked straight to our bedroom and emailed my boss. "I'll take the Singapore role. Can start in 2 weeks. Zoe followed me into the room, panicked. "What are you doing?" "I'm just frustrated." "I'm accepting a job offer," I said calmly. "You should probably crash at your parents' tonight. Or Ethan's. It's up to you." Her voice got sharp. "Are you seriously dumping me over this? You just said we shouldn't be together." "I'm just agreeing with you." She started crying. But they weren't sad tears. They were furious ones. "You're being absurd. It's just a friendship." "Cool. Be friends," I said. "I'll be in Singapore." She grabbed her bag and stormed out of the apartment, slamming the door. "You'll regret this," she yelled. 20 minutes later, my phone lit up with texts. "Babe, let's talk. You can't end 3 years like this. I'll stop seeing Ethan if it bothers you that much." "Alex, this is childish." I didn't reply. I just started packing. The next week was eye-opening. After our split, Zoe went straight to Ethan's place. How do I know? She posted a story from his couch, holding a coffee mug with the caption, "When life throws curveballs at 2 a.m. Her friend Tara texted me. "Did you two really break up?" I replied, "Ask Zoe." It was her suggestion. Tara texted back, "She says you're moving to Singapore?" "Yep. That's crazy. She told everyone you'd never leave because you're too tied to your sister." That was news to me. My sister lives in California. I see her once a year. Meanwhile, I was busy. I gave my 2 weeks' notice at work, arranged to ship my stuff to Singapore, and found someone to take over my lease. The company handled everything: movers, flights, temporary housing. It was seamless. Zoe tried to swing by the apartment while I was packing. I'd already changed the locks. She wasn't on the lease. She just stayed over so often it felt like she lived there. She banged on the door. "Alex, I know you're in there. We need to talk." I just texted her. "Your stuff is boxed up by the door. Take it." She texted back, "I'm not taking it because I'm not leaving." "This is crazy." "The lease is in my name," I replied. "You never officially moved in. Remember? You kept your parents' address for all your mail." That was her little trick to dodge city taxes, claiming she lived at home. It backfired on her perfectly. She eventually left, but not before telling all our mutual friends that I was having a midlife crisis and ditching everything for a fancy job. Real quick, if you're here for the payback, hit subscribe. Trust me, it gets better. Then, the truth about Ethan finally spilled out. My friend Liam works at the same fitness center as Ethan. He overheard him on the phone. "Yeah, she's basically single now. Her boyfriend's freaking out." "No, babe. I told you. Zoe and I are just friends." "Yes, I'm still coming to your cousin's party." It turns out Ethan has a girlfriend, Sophia. She lives 2 hours away and visits every other weekend. The same weekends Zoe always said she had family commitments. Liam sent me screenshots from Ethan's gym group chat from 2 months prior. The message read, "Guys, this girl I'm seeing is wild. Her boyfriend thinks we're doing poetry club." I forwarded the screenshots to Zoe with one word. Curious? She called me 15 times in a row. I didn't answer. I was busy booking my flight. My flight was on a Saturday afternoon. The exact same time Zoe would have been at poetry club for the past 3 months. That morning, she showed up at my door. But she wasn't alone. She had her mom, Karen, and her brother Luke in tow. It was a full-blown intervention. "Alex, honey," Karen began. "Zoe told us about your mental health spiral." "What spiral?" I asked. "Uprooting your life to move across the globe. It's a cry for help. It's a 70% raise and a director role," I said flatly. Luke jumped in. "What about Zoe? You can't just abandon her." "She ended it," I reminded him. "I'm just honoring her choice." "She didn't mean it literally." Zoe snapped. "Then don't make ultimatums you don't mean." Karen tried another angle. "What about the apartment? Zoe's been living here." "No, she's been staying over," I corrected her. "Her mail goes to your house. She's not on any bills. Legally, she's a guest." "You're really abandoning her over one friendship?" Luke asked, shaking his head. I just pulled out my phone and showed them the screenshots from Ethan's gym chat. Silence. Karen went pale. Is this real?" Zoe's face flushed bright red. "It's out of context." "What context?" I asked. "Makes her boyfriend thinks we're doing poetry club, okay?" They left pretty quickly after that. Zoe called me manipulative for snooping on Ethan. I didn't snoop. Liam shared it because he thought I deserved to know the truth. At 1 p.m., I posted a photo on my social media. A simple shot of my packed bags. "New chapter starts now. Singapore bound." The comments flooded in. "Wait, what? Dude, when did this happen? Is this why Zoe's been sobbing on her stories all day?" At 3:30 p.m., while I was boarding, I got a text from Zoe. "What's your weekend like? Can we talk?" I sent back a selfie from the gate, with the Singapore flight board clear as day in the background. Her reply was instant. "This isn't funny, Alex. Not trying to be. Boarding in 10. You're really leaving? You really thought I'd stay after you chose your ex over our relationship? I didn't choose him. Every single weekend for the last 3 months says otherwise. I'm through security. Bye, Zoe." I turned off my phone, settled into my seat, and enjoyed the flight. I finally made it to Singapore. The city is unreal. The company apartment is stunning. All glass walls with a city skyline view, just steps from the office. My new team is sharp, and I'm actually excited about work for the first time in ages. But the drama? It followed me 9,000 miles across the ocean. Zoe went on a rampage online, posting a long rant about how I ditched her without warning, refused to work on our relationship, and chose a paycheck over love. The comments were not on her side. "Didn't you literally dump him so you could hang out with Ethan? Girl, you were at his place every weekend. We all saw the stories. Team Alex on this one." She deleted the post pretty fast. Then the real bomb dropped. Sophia, Ethan's now ex-girlfriend, messaged me. "Hey, I'm Ethan's girlfriend. Or I was. I saw your ex's posts about you moving. Ethan told me she was just some girl obsessed with him. That's not true, is it?" I sent her everything. The poetry club lies, the gym chat screenshots, the whole timeline. She was crushed but thankful. Then she sent me a text from Ethan. It was a message he'd sent to her. "Zoe's just lonely because her boyfriend's always working. She needs a friend. She's cute, but nothing like you, babe. Her boyfriend's a nobody. Probably makes 50K in tech. For the record, I was making 75K. Now I make 140K. Nice try, Ethan." Sophia dumped him publicly. She posted all the screenshots with hashtags like #cheater and #poetryclubfail. Ethan called me from 3 different numbers. "Bro, you need to control your girl. She's ruining me." "Not my girl," I said. "And not my problem. This is between you and Zoe," he yelled. "You had no right to sleep with my girlfriend every weekend." "We didn't." "Don't care, Ethan. I'm in Singapore. Handle your own mess." He blamed Zoe for seducing him. Zoe blamed Ethan for manipulating her. Honestly, they're perfect for each other. Just when I thought I was free, Zoe pulled her wildest stunt yet. She flew to Singapore. She showed up right at my office building. Thank God for corporate security, who blocked her at the gate. She waited outside for 4 hours until I left for lunch. Alex, we need to talk. How did you even find me? Tara follows your coworker online. I saw the building in his posts. Stalker-level dedication. I'll give her that. Zoe, you can't be here. I flew 9,000 miles. You owe me a coffee. Against my better judgment, I agreed. One coffee in a very public place. She looked rough. Her hair was a mess, no makeup, wearing the same hoodie she'd been sobbing in on her stories all week. I messed up, she started. Which part? I asked. The ultimatum? The lies about Ethan? All of it? All of it, she admitted. I thought I could have both. I thought you'd always just stay. Why would you think that? Because you always did. You never pushed back. You never called me out. So you thought I was a pushover. She started to cry. That's not it, Alex. You told everyone I'd never leave because of my sister. You lied about Poetry Club for months. You slept with Ethan while I was turning down my dream job for you. It was only twice, she whispered. Oh, just twice. Well, that's totally fine then. It didn't mean anything. Neither did our relationship, apparently. She took out her phone. I've changed. I blocked Ethan. I started therapy. I'm fixing myself. Good for you, I said. But I'm done. You've only been here a month. You can't be over me already. I was over you the second you told me we shouldn't be together. Then she played her final, desperate card. I'm pregnant. I actually laughed out loud. No, you're not. How would you know? Because we haven't slept together in 2 months, I said. You were always too exhausted after Poetry Club. Unless it's Ethan's. Her face fell. The act was over. I'm not pregnant. I just needed you to care. I cared for 3 years, Zoe. You only noticed when I stopped. She flew back that night, texting me from the airport. I'll wait for you, however long it takes. I blocked her number. Zoe's waiting lasted about 2 weeks. She's now dating her yoga instructor. She's posting all about how the right person finds you when you're healing, and sometimes your soulmate has been at the studio all along. Tara spilled the tea. Zoe practically moved into his place after 3 weeks. Patterns repeat. Then, Ethan hit me up on LinkedIn of all places. Heard you're thriving in Singapore. Got a job offer there myself. Let's grab a drink, clear the air. This guy actually thought we could be pals. No thanks, Ethan. Good luck. Come on, bro, let it go. You're the problem, Ethan. Zoe meant nothing to you. He took the job anyway. And guess what? His new apartment is in my building. It's a corporate housing deal. I ran into him in the lobby my second week. He was with a new girl, not Sophia, who looked barely 20. Alex, bro. Meet Lily. Lily, this is my friend, Alex. We're not friends, Ethan, I said and walked away. Lily looked puzzled. Later that night, she must have looked him up. She found Sophia's tagged posts and dumped him in the building's public group chat. By mistake. Ethan, you're the Poetry Club cheater? We are done. 200 residents saw it. The security guards now call him Poetry Guy. It's been a while, and a lot of people were asking for a final update on how everything turned out. The ending is better than I could have imagined. Zoe's fling with the yoga instructor imploded. Shocker. Turns out he was just friends with his ex, too. They had private training sessions every weekend. Zoe caught them in a very compromising yoga pose. She messaged me on a platform I forgot to block her on. Now I get how you felt. I'm so sorry. I left her on read. The real karma, though, came from an unexpected place. Remember Zoe's little tax dodge? Claiming she lived with her parents to avoid city taxes? Someone reported her. It was probably Sophia, who works in state revenue and apparently doesn't take kindly to fraud. Zoe got hit with 3 years of back taxes, penalties, and interest. It came to about $20,000. Her parents had to bail her out, but they made her move back home for real this time. Ethan is still in Singapore, but his reputation followed him. The Poetry Club story spread through our industry. It's a small world. He's had 0 dates from any work events. He still calls me bro in the elevator. I just ignore him. As for me, my 6-month review came up. They offered me another raise and made the role permanent. The company wants me here long term. I said yes instantly. I'm dating someone new. Her name is Claire, she's Australian, and she thinks the Poetry Club story is hilarious. Most importantly, she has no exes that she meets with weekly. My only regret is not taking the job the first time they offered it. Oh, and Zoe, since I know you're probably lurking on a fake account, Claire and I are planning a getaway to Bali. No exes or poetry clubs involved. Cheers from Singapore. So, what do you think? Was I too harsh by leaving? Or did I do exactly what she asked me to do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more of the best stories from Reddit.